Marianne McDonald and Carol Ammon have a very unique story. Welcome, Marianne and Carol.
Thank you.
What was the big aha moment that said you could potentially pull it off?
I think that moment came when I sat discussing with the then CEO of DuPont Merck, Kurt Landgraf, discussing how best we were going to sell off a number of assets. And when you looked at those assets, a number of them were non-promoted brands that had great brand equity, and they were focused in the area of pain management. The window was really open as the whole landscape of pain management and treatment was changing. And I looked at that and I said, oh, here we have great brand equity, products with cash flow, and an opportunity to create a business in what was then a very open window. So, I can do this as much as anybody else can do it.
Marianne and Carol, dynamic duos that have grown billion-dollar businesses utilized 7 essentials. A couple were internal facing, a couple were external facing. Marianne, what were the internal essentials you executed?
I think that when you start a business like we started, which we wanted it to be more virtual, there's always the pressure of bringing everything in-house. People become fascinated with, we should have our own manufacturing, we should have our own distribution. But I think when Carol and I looked at that situation, we thought it would really be much better for us to keep manufacturing and distribution outside. Some of our customer service at the beginning was outside. We didn't have to build that infrastructure. We didn't have to invest the dollars in doing that. And I spent a majority of my time trying to go out into the marketplace and find companies who could do those services and provide those services for us, because they had the expertise. Why build the expertise? I had gone out to Novartis, and I convinced Novartis, who does not do contract manufacturing, how profitable it would be for them to make their manufacturing site be a profit center instead of a cost drainer. And we had people fly in from Basel, Switzerland, and I remember talking to the CFO, and all he wanted to do was look at my financials. And I said to him, you're not going to get the financials until I'm done with my presentation. And you could see he didn't want to listen. I said, let me explain to you the whole philosophy around our company. And by the time I was done, he actually understood what we were trying to do. And today, I mean, we have filled an entire plant in Nebraska that does nothing but endo products. And those people would have been let go because they didn't have enough throughput in that plant. And so to this day, they still make our products. It was a workforce that was extremely motivated. They wanted to keep their jobs. They knew what they were doing. And where better could you get services like that? So what it did for us at Endo, it allowed us to take that cash that we would have put into infrastructure and move it towards doing the things that Carol wanted to do.
Having the factories that were going to be able to produce the product was certainly essential, and from there, what we really needed to do is drive as much revenue as we could. And there were several essential ingredients in that, and one was really leveraging the customer base. And for us, that's really getting physicians to be acquainted with our products, but more importantly, it's getting physicians who are thought leaders that would not only talk about our products, but would really start to move the whole market towards a change in pain management. So we then could take the profitability, we could have cash, and then be able to invest in new products that would go into that changing landscape of pain management. So I think being profitable early, being able to be cash flow positive early, really gave us a lot of advantages in terms of leveraging the pipeline to build the pain management market. Secondly, it was very important that we had a board that understood the types of investments we were trying to make in the business for the long term. And they were a board that ended up being very long-term focused, allowing us to make the types of investments in the pipeline that would ultimately lead us to be able to drive revenue to what it is today. So that board composition was very important. And lastly, what was so important for us and really ended up being a huge benefit was that we were cash flow positive very early. Having the opportunity to buy an asset like Percocet that had great brand equity and cash flow, and then be able to recreate it in terms of life cycle management, allowed us to be cash flow positive and use that for our investments.
Marion and Carol, thank you for sharing your story with us today. It does take a dynamic duo, a pair, to turn $1 million business into $1 billion business.